byproduct of having a 50C battery that could give this guy the current. And yeah, I haven't really done the speed test too much on this. I haven't taken it out to a long stretch, but these wheels, you know, they're pretty big, so they're not top end speed wheels. So let's talk about the wheels here a little bit. These are some awesome wheels. You saw them on my last video. But what I found out, they were almost too good. So what I did here, I actually kind of rounded off the corners. They had a little too much bite. Getting the grass or whatnot, and you go at any kind of speed, and you just took it a little too much, and they would bite, and we had a tendency to want to flip this car over. So I rounded those sides off. Some of you might not think that's a great idea, but I kind of thought it really helped. The backs, I left the inside attached, so that's what they look like. And the outside corner, which is where it's going to slide, I rounded those off too. Now the original tire is this guy here. This is a 98 millimeter tire. I upgraded it with 115 millimeter tires. So you can see that's the difference. I also added these 12 to 15 millimeter extenders to get this guy widened out, and I added 2 shocks to the back and got some new ones for the front. Made sure they're full of oil. Took apart the center differentials. Yeah, they were really weak on their silicone grease, so I added some silicone grease to the back one, the middle diff, and the front diff. Next up, I'm going to try these Proxes I got. Now, I bought these tires overseas. I thought they said Toyo Proxes, but it's actually Tovo. So they pulled a fast one there. Now these tires are pretty cheap. They're just a kind of a rubber road tire, and I did a mistake. I did glue them, as you can see, but the inserts they came with were just cheap, really cheap. So that was just not going to cut it. And unfortunately, I didn't know that when I put them in. So after I put these guys on my little balancer, and you can balance tires fairly easy. You see my bench there. You can get them in here, get them on something and spin them, and you'll see, just like a real wheel, they'll give you a high spot and a low spot. So I had to use some plastic down here, a little putty down here to balance these wheels. So I wasn't happy with that, but that was my own fault. I used the cheap foam insert. So if you do get these Proxy tires, yeah, they're pretty cool, but don't use the inserts. So next run, we're going to put these guys on, see how they do. I'm sure they'll increase that speed, and maybe the ideal setup will be using these in the front, a little skinnier, and keep the wide ones on the back. That's the old trick from the old school, that your back tires then are going to drag a little more, and when you slow down, that drag will keep the car facing forward on your speed runs. But for now, we're gonna take this thing apart and give it some new rubber. We'll let you know how it turns out.